culture's biggest night. We're standing on the freshest style and poppin' performances.
As the 2024 BET Awards continue live right now, they are without one of their planned pops, Normani. Yeah, about 30 minutes before the awards show went live to air, Normani posted this on her Instagram story. I'm more frustrated and disappointed than anyone, believe me. I wanted to get on here and give you guys an update, letting you know that while in rehearsals for BET, I had a really bad accident and injured myself. I'm normally good for powering through under any circumstance, but unfortunately, due to my doctor's orders, I'm just not able to make this performance happen. I desperately wanted to give you my best on that stage, but performing would delay my healing. I've been going through my process and doing my best to make sense of my feelings regarding this. I'm devastated and hate feeling like a disappointment to you, but I have to focus on recovering at this time. Trust me, I hear you and I see you. There's nothing more that I wanted to do than perform for you and also get back to doing what fulfills me most, being on stage. Thank you so much for understanding, sending my love to BET for giving me and all the other beautiful black women this opportunity. This is definitely not how I envisioned this weekend, but best believe I will be championing everyone from home tonight. I'm sorry guys, love you so much. Now while Normani didn't specify what her injury was, she then posted a picture that showed her knee wrapped in tensor bandage and then a brace or possible cast on her foot. She has both hands on crutches, so her upper body seems to be okay. Now, I'm going to say a bunch of things here, and I know I need to preface it with a bunch of other things to make sure it's not taken the wrong way. So first off, I'll say I know knee injuries and I know ankle injuries. I've had 3 knee surgeries and counting, and I've sprained, twisted, rolled my ankle more times than I could possibly imagine. So no doubt this performance was going to be full choreography. As Normani wrote, she was going to give us her best on that stage. And the doctors are ordering that she doesn't perform on that leg because it'll delay the healing process or injure the leg even further. Yes. Okay, for the record, Normani's health is the most important part of this, okay? Healing is the most important part of this. It is Normani's body, it is Normani's choice, and she has made her choice. All I'm saying is she could have still performed. I'm just acknowledging the possibility that she could have still performed. I'm not saying she's wrong for not performing. I'm not telling her what to do. I'm not saying she should have performed. I'm just acknowledging the fact that she could have just still performed. She could have done what Michael Jackson did at the Soul Train Awards in 1993.
Remember my baby! Do you remember, girl?
With his ankle injury, he just sat in a chair and sang Remember the Time while the dancers moved around him. Now, the crowd reaction was interesting. What started as almost like a collective WTF turned into an encouraging chant for Michael. So Normani could have done that. Like, I thought about the possibility, like, well, maybe she's on meds. She doesn't mention anything about, like, being impaired, that she might be foggy trying to remember the words to a song. No, like, it's all about the physical injury that's preventing her from performing. So why not just stand in place? It's not a matter of timing. Even though she posted this at 30 minutes before the show went to air, that's not the real time of when the diagnosis happened. And Normani doesn't make a claim that that's when the diagnosis happened. I'm not calling Normani a liar. I'm just dispelling that notion that that's the real time of when she was diagnosed. She didn't have time to get back to the show. They would have made accommodations to get her back in time if that was the actual time when she was diagnosed, but there's no way that's when it happened because just timing things out, backtracking. Award show starts at 5. Red carpet, you're there at 4, give or take 15, 20 minutes. You're in the car, it's LA traffic, so you're in the car by at least 3. Glam time is 3 hours, very minimum, 3 hours before that. So now you're back to noon. Not a lot of performers do rehearsals the day of an award show, but it's possible. But if she did have one, it would have been scheduled to end by 11:30 a.m. So yeah, she injured herself at the very latest before 11:30 a.m. on Sunday. So she would have been at the clinic by like 12:30. Yeah, so she would have known by like 2 o'clock. It's not a real-time post that she only found out her diagnosis 30 minutes before the show went there. That's not true at all. And in the post, she seems to acknowledge how big an award show performance is. And she seems to acknowledge what the fans have been saying, that there's been a lack of promo for her album since it came out 2 weeks ago. She debuted at number 91 on the charts. There's no music video out there. She hasn't done a live performance yet for the album since it's been out. So she seems to acknowledge all that. So why didn't she still perform?
I can make it boom, boom, clap like I'm drumming. Shake it, make it tick, 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 but I'm pumping.
The only thing I can think of is that Normani thinks that the public won't accept her just sitting there and singing. Like, the reaction would be what the reaction started out as for Michael Jackson, that kind of like WTF, and it won't turn in her favor. That is a ludicrous thing for her to think, and to think that she thinks that. But I mean, Kelly Clarkson implied that she feels that she's not one that should do the Super Bowl halftime show because she's a stand there and sing performer, which is crazy. So yeah, that definitely could be the mentality that Normani has, because I just don't see any other reason why she wouldn't still go and perform, and not even still go. Like, I mean, you still could have gone and like just make an appearance on your crutches. Like SZA did that a couple years ago at the Grammys. She was on crutches. So I don't get why Normani wouldn't go. Once again, I'm not faulting Normani, I'm just having a brain and thinking about this of like, oh, she didn't go because she hurt her ankle. She's on crutches. So that's the only thing I can fathom is that she thinks that the public would be mad at her that she's injured and has to sit down. That's the only thing I can think of. But yeah, what are your thoughts on Normani canceling a performance?